Hey Wildcat Nation, welcome back to another episode of Wildcat Week. It is episode 4 of season 4. I'm Abby Harvey and I'll be back with my co-host Micah Roberts. And before we get started, I'm going to pass it to Isaac Wolf for another episode of Crossroads League in Review.
I'm Isaac Wolf with your Crossroads League Week in Review. In men's basketball, the highly anticipated top 5 matchup between Grace and Indiana Wesleyan took place in Marion on Wednesday. After an even first 13 minutes of play, Grace finished the first half on a 22-5 run to go by 17 at halftime. The Lancers kept it rolling in the second half and made a statement on the road with a 99-71 win against the number 5 Wildcats. Elijah Malone strengthened his National Player of the Year resume with 26 points in the game. Ian Scott made an impact off the bench with 23 points and 5 threes. The Wildcats' leading scorer was Caedmon Bontrager with 14. Grace now takes a 2-game lead for the top spot in the conference. On Saturday, the Wildcats bounced back with a strong showing on the road at number 18 Bethel, winning 102-88. Nathan Childress led the way with 24 points for the Wildcats. Childress was one of 5 Wildcats in double figures. Bethel's leading scorer was Drew Lutz with 22. Gus Etchison made headlines on Wednesday against Spring Arbor, scoring 43 points in the Knights' 81-69 win. Etchison put up 33 of those in the first half, a Marion record for points and a half. He tied the school's single-game record for threes made in the game with 8 in the first half alone. He finished with 9 threes in the game, hitting just 1 in the second half to break the record en route to his career-high 43-point night. In women's basketball, number 4 Indiana Wesleyan went 2-0 this week with wins over Grace and Bethel. Lily Frazier averaged 20.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 6 assists per game for the Wildcats across the 2 wins. Number 2 Marion picked up a pair of wins this week against Spring Arbor and Taylor. In Saturday's 86-51 win against Taylor, senior Ella Collier became the Knights' all-time leading scorer. Needing 25 points to take the top spot, Collier scored exactly 25 to pass Lakin Hasser-Smith. Marion improved to 21-1 with the win. They're 12-0 in conference and currently ride a 19-game winning streak into Wednesday, where they take on Goshen College on the road. For this week's Crossroads League Awards, Elena Nelson of Spring Arbor is the Women's Basketball Player of the Week. Nelson led Spring Arbor to a 73-56 win over Mount Vernon with 29 points on 12 of 15 shooting from the field. Nelson also grabbed 8 rebounds and picked up 1 block in the victory. The Men's Basketball Player of the Week is Javen Buchanan of Indiana Wesleyan. Buchanan powered number 5 Indiana Wesleyan to a 93-91 overtime win at Huntington with 26 points and 15 rebounds. The sophomore forward sank 9 of 17 shots and went 8 of 9 from the free throw line. The Women's Indoor Track Athlete of the Week is Claire Lang of Marion. Lang hit a pair of NAIA A standards at the IUPUI Invitational, placing 2nd in the 600 and 4th in the 4x100 meter relay. The sophomore's time of 1 minute 34.76 seconds in the 600 ranks her tops in the Crossroads League this season. The Women's Indoor Field Athlete of the Week is Ariana Benjamin of Marion. Benjamin turned in the runner-up finishes in the weight throw and shot put for Marion at the IUPUI Invitational. Benjamin's marks were both good enough to automatically qualify for NAIA Nationals. The Men's Indoor Track Athlete of the Week is Camden Kahn of Spring Arbor. Kahn scored wins for Spring Arbor in the mile and the distance medley relay at the Saginaw Valley State Invitational. The freshman automatically qualified for NAIA Nationals in each event, while helping Spring Arbor break a school record with the second-best NAIA time in the distance medley relay this year. The Men's Indoor Field Athlete of the Week is Christian Rios of Marion. Rios scored 2 top 5 finishes for Marion at the IUPUI Invitational. Rios hit NAIA A standards in the shot put and weight throw with marks of 16.03 meters and 18.05 meters. The Women's Bowler of the Week is Cassidy Alexander of Spring Arbor. Alexander led Spring Arbor to a first-place team finish at the 3rd Crossroads League meet of the season. Alexander topped the field with 782 pins, posting a game high of 212. The Men's Bowler of the Week is Cody Hall of Spring Arbor. Hall knocked down 826 pins over 4 games with a game high of 234 to top the field at the 3rd Crossroads League meet of the season. Hall's efforts also led Spring Arbor to the team title. That's all for this week. With your Crossroads League Week in Review, I'm Isaac Wolf.
Thank you again for Isaac and all he brings to the table with all things sports across the Crossroads League. Today we're spotlighting the number 5 nationally ranked men's basketball. We have Caedmon Bontrager and Noah Smith here today. Thank you guys for both coming tonight. And
yeah, to start things off, we just want to congratulate you on a great season so far and everything that you've accomplished to this point. It's definitely been a great season for you guys as a whole, and you guys have the entire community supporting you guys, and kind of just starting off just with one of the most important games coming up on Wednesday against Grace. what has been the prep for you guys and the team so far?
Yeah, I mean, we're super excited about the big matchup we have coming on Wednesday. There's a lot of respect between both teams. Grace is a powerhouse and very talented, but we're up to the challenge. This is the first time since I've been here that we're an underdog. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good environment. Prep this week, we know they're pretty strong in the paint and want to get to the rim to their big fella. So, we're going to try our best to keep it out of the paint and just keep fighting down low and battle with each other. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great opportunity for us, especially playing at home against the number one team. Like, I think it doesn't get any better than that. I think our mentality is just to go out there and fight for each other because, I mean, we've really got nothing to lose.
So taking it back to the very beginning, how did both of you get into basketball and what made you start playing?
I mean, I've been playing basketball for as long as I can remember. I remember I think my first experience I can really remember is being in preschool, and we had like a little basketball court outside, and I remember just like seeing other people play basketball and wanting to hop in and join with that. Then I did so, and I've been, having a ball in my hand ever since. So I've been playing basketball, my whole life.
Yeah, I started playing. I was, I think, 5th, 6th grade. I was tall. I wasn't really good at it. I didn't like it that much either. But I could stick with it and kept playing. I started getting better, pretty good. So I just kept grinding, I guess, since then. And I guess that's how I started to enjoy it more and play it more as I got through high school and into college. So.
And while you guys were growing up or in high school, did you guys participate in any other sports, or was it mainly just basketball?
Yeah, I played football until about 8th grade, and then I got a concussion. I was like, I love basketball more. Let me stay away from this. And then that's when like all that concussion stuff was happening in the NFL anyway. And my mom, she's a big basketball fan, and she was just like, yeah, you might as well just stay with basketball. So I've just been rocking with that.
Yeah, same thing for me too. I played football for 2 years. I got a concussion in both years, so I had to quit. But then I played baseball too up until I think my freshman year of high school, and that's a fun sport to play.
Was there a deciding moment for either of you that you knew you wanted to continue playing basketball in college?
Yeah, for me, I think the doors that it opened up for me just throughout my whole life and the people that I was able to meet. Once high school came around and it was time to make a college decision, I just chose IWU because I felt like, I could meet some great people and be around some amazing people for the next 4 years that turned out to be 5 years. So I think that kind of was a main factor just in terms of the people I'd be able to be around.
I mean, I think I just enjoyed playing in high school, and I really wanted to keep playing in college because I love the sport so much, and I think that's really what motivated me to keep playing in high school or in college.
And Noah, you kind of already answered this a little bit, but how did you guys decide to come to IWU over any other college?
Yeah, like I said, just being around the people, and then the coaching staff, the relationship I have with Coach Tonigal and Coach Clark was just amazing from the jump. It's, I came here a lot on visits and open gyms and stuff like that, and this place was nothing like any of the other colleges I visited. So that played a huge part in just, I wanted to become a better man when I left college, and I think I've been able to do so since being here. So.
Yeah, I really got connected to IU really through IWU through the coaches. I mean, they're probably some of the most genuine people I've ever met, and they really just they didn't care about you as a basketball player, but as a person. And I really think that's what led me to come here. And then obviously the culture that the basketball program has, and I am third. I thought that was something special, and I thought that would grow me into a man, and just lead me in the right direction, even after college.
So, Cade, you touched on the I am third thing, and it's something that is kind of just the men's basketball team. Everyone knows that's kind of your guys' thing. So kind of describe that, kind of looking in for people who don't know what that means.
Yeah. So it starts with God first, others second, and then yourself third. And I think what the world tries to tell us is that, like, you know, you need to get what you want and you need to do what you want. But, like, that's not what the Bible tells us. And so I think, like, when you combine that and then with playing basketball, like, it makes it so much more fun for everyone else to, like, just be a part of this program. And I think that's, like, what we try to live into every day and what we, like, you know, push, you know, for others outside the program to do too, so like they can learn from it as well.
Yeah, and just going off that, like it's different. It's counterintuitive. You know, like Cade said, society tells you to do the complete opposite and put yourself first. And you know, we try and live by it. Coach T is a great example, someone who just really lives by it, and he leads us through it. And it's special when you get a group of 17 men, you know, all trying to put each other first. It makes this place special and really builds our culture. So it's been something that's really changed my life. I feel like in high school, you know, you're a little bit selfish, and then you get around a group of men who want you to be better, but also like push you to put others above yourself. It changes your life.
And kind of moving forward into like actual games, obviously you guys are the 5th ranked team in the nation. But does that give you or any guys on the team extra stress heading into a game? And if so, explain how you overcome dealing with that.
I mean, I would say, like, as a team, we don't really think we're defined by our rankings. Like, we really like try to look past that because we're really just focused on trying to get better every single day. And, like, we can't really let the ranking define us by that. So, I mean, like, when we see the rankings, we don't think that we're no better or no worse than the team.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, like, we see the rankings, but honestly, I can't remember a time we've, like, talked about our ranking all year, whether we were 9th or whatever, 5th now. Like, we never really talk about it. So I feel like it doesn't really add the ranking so much doesn't really add pressure to us. I think just being at IWU and kind of the standard and, you know, the 3 national championships and the powerhouse that this program is, that automatically brings the pressure. And you guys play sports, you feel that as well. Just everybody in the conference wanting to get a piece of you get the best shot of everybody. So that pressure is just always there. I wouldn't say our ranking really plays a factor into that.
So based on just like looking at stats, since I've been here, I feel like I haven't seen this, but you guys have scored over 100 points in 5 games this season. What do you think is different about this team than years past? Specifically Noah, because he's been here for a little bit.
We're really talented. We're shooting the ball a lot better, I feel like, than we have in years past. And we're playing for each other. We got guys who are, you know, everybody's kind of matured in a way. So, you know, I've been here 5 years. Griff's been here. Stoff's been here. So you got guys. Mater's been here. So you got guys who's been here, who have been here for a while and really stepping into their role and taking that role seriously. So we got, you know, guys in the gym a lot more. And kind of as a senior, from my perspective, when your career is winding down, like, you take things a lot more seriously than than I did as a freshman. So just part of that, just taking things a lot more seriously, plays a factor in just the way that we're playing.
So moving on a little bit to kind of the spiritual aspect of your guys' team, what do you guys do to kind of incorporate either spiritual growth or things like that into either practice games or other things?
Yeah. So this summer we've had like they're called I Am Third circle groups, and it's really groups you get together with I think at least once a week during the summer, and we would just, you know, talk about our faith and talk about, you know, ways we can make each other better in like basketball and then like spiritually. And I think like that's led into the season this year, and like we're still meeting with our circle groups, and we're still you know, that's still like we're still building off of that. So I think that like having that accountability from like your teammates and your coaches that are in those groups, I think that like builds off, or that's really like what I've been like building off of this year and in the season.
Yeah, I would agree. Those circle groups have been amazing. Kate and I are actually in the same circle group, headed by Coach T. He's the leader of our group. But yeah, so we have, I think, 3 or 4 groups within our team, and we talk by ourselves, have our own group chat, and then we come together with whatever we've been learning, whatever's on our hearts. So that's been important for us as our team continues to grow spiritually, and then also just devotionals like after practice, before scout. Most of the time we have like a verse or some type of passage attached to the scout or the key of the game. So just things like that just keep us in the Word and keep us focused and allows us to just keep the main thing.
And kind of diving back into the season, I recently talked to Coach Jeff Clark, and he pretty much explained this word that you guys have been using all season, and that's the word fight. What does that mean for you, and how do you feel, especially for you, Noah, what does it mean to kind of incorporate that with this team and how special it truly is?
Yeah, it looks, like you said, fight's been our word for this year, and it looks a lot of different ways for everyone on the team, right? If you're playing a lot, like you're fighting on the court, you're fighting for your brother, and then even if you're not playing, like you're fighting to cheer on a teammate. I think everybody has found something that they can fight for this year, and we've been trying to build off that, and then with our workouts, just stuff like that, fighting through workouts, fighting through tough practices. Just moments like we just came off Huntington in an overtime game, and, we're dead tired playing the most minutes we played all year, and just the word fight just comes to our mind. Think about all the work we put in, all the preparation we've put in, and now it's time to fight through any tiredness, any fatigue that we're feeling. So, I mean, it plays out a ton of different ways at different moments, but it's just been a pillar for us this year.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd say every guy has grown in it too. Like, I would say compared to last year, there were so many games where it was like, man, like, it was a close game and we just lose on the last second shot or, like, in the last minute. But I think this year, like, we've just, like, everyone's grown in that, from the freshmen to, the seniors. Like, everyone's just collectively come together and just, like, hey, we're going to fight. Because, I mean, like, when you fight for each other, then, I mean, it's powerful, really.
So moving on to additions to your guys' team, obviously you got some transfers coming in this season. What has been their impact, either on the court, off the court, and how have you seen them impact the team's success?
Yeah, Chili has been amazing for us. He's had some huge games. He's filled in our starter role, and like I said, he's just been amazing, done everything that we asked him to do. And he's been a great guy off the court as well, and brings a lot of light to our locker room and group chats and stuff like that. And then Luke Brown, although he's been hurt this year, he's been amazing with his voice, and like he'll make scouts of certain players and just watch extra film with guys, and just little stuff like that just shows that he's still bought in, it's a hard position to be in when you're out for the season. I remember going through that and kind of struggling mentally, and it's just been amazing to see Luke lock in and stay focused and stay with us. So both of them have been amazing.
Yeah, for the two freshmen, Marcus, he's just really, like, this dude's grown so much in, like, such a little amount of time. Like, he's become a lockdown defender. And it's crazy that I said that, like, considering, like, when I watched him at Open Gym for the first time when he came here, like, he's definitely grown since then. And he's going to continue to grow and continue to get better. He's just a great shooter too, elite shooter. And then Jackson's just a student of the game. He loves the game. He's always watching film. He's always, like, learning, wanting to get better. And that dude's going to be a future coach someday. So yeah, those two freshmen have a bright future.
And with how draining the season can be because of the length of it, obviously that can wear you down physically and emotionally. What are things that you do to implement in your life to help with this?
I would say, for me personally, I think I do a pretty good job of being able to balance, basketball and spending time just, like, away from sports. I think early on in my career I struggled with that and just wanted to be about basketball 24/7 and always thinking about basketball. But, as I've grown up and been through the long seasons before, I understand how much that can wear you out, especially around this time of the year. So I do a good job, especially, like, on the weekends, the Sundays we get off, just being able to turn basketball off and just turn scouts or whoever our next opponent is, just forget about that for the day and just, go on with my life and all the things that are going on in my life. So that's helped me just with the balance of basketball and everyday life.
Yeah, I've learned to just get in the Word more, read my Bible more. I think that really helps. It just takes a lot of stress and pressure off of whether it's school or basketball. That really helps me. And then I'd say just hanging out with friends, and then just on the weekends just getting lots of rest, I think has really helped me. And then coming in with the mindset that you will just want to get better, I think has also helped too.
So last question, it's I think the most fun question. So what has been your favorite memory of being on the team? It either can be 5 years ago or last week. Either can be on the court, off the court. What's been your favorite memory?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of them, but I'd say non-basketball related would probably be either when we went to the DR as a team my freshman year or when we just went to Puerto Rico this past winter or Christmas. Those two were fun. Those 2 trips were fun. And I'd say probably basketball related, I'd say beating Marion last year on senior night. That was fun. There was a huge celebration in the locker room. And the coaches were going crazy. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I would have to agree with the Dominican Republic. That was an amazing trip. But also this past trip to Puerto Rico, I think my favorite memory was we were in Stone Cold ice cream Cold Stone.
Yeah.
Cold Stone. We were in there, and I don't know, somehow, some way, we got control of the aux and bumping music and over there, and just it was a ton of fun. Something that we've never done before, and just be able to experience that was amazing. And then on the court, we've had some big wins. The Marion game last year, the locker room was it's never been like that. The football team was there, and everybody comes in the locker room after, coaches, water everywhere. It's just crazy atmosphere for a little bit, and that really just shows how special IWU really was.
Well, that's all the questions we have. Good luck with the rest of your guys' season. We'll both be watching.
Yes, we will.
Join us next week for episode 5 as we will spotlight the competition cheer team, which will be fun to learn more about. I'm Abby Harvey here with Micah Roberts and our guests Caedmon Bontrager and Noah Smith here on Wildcat Week, brought to you by Amplify Media.